A is for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for Tawwab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatam, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the final episode of Learning Arabic program. Today we will discuss probably the last two letters in Arabic language. It's waw and the ya, which are pronounced actually as wa and ya. And as everyone knows that waw and the ya are described as the long vowels in Arabic. I think that we can discuss more about that, but after introducing all my guests today, I'm joined as always with Khalid from Ghana, Muhammad from England, Osama from Egypt, and finally Nabil from Pakistan. Welcome to all of you. Okay. Here is it wa and ya. And I think that wa probably can be found in Urdu. It also can be found in English. It can be found in a lot of languages. But in Arabic, it's described as a kind of long vowel. Let me just have a look at this slide. And it says this letter represents the second of the three long vowels in Arabic. It's pronounced like the exclamation of the light. Ooh. Can you see that? Yeah. Practice the sound and stretch it out. So say it again. So say ooh. Ooh. Can you see that? Okay. Like alif, this letter doesn't connect it to any following letter. But probably it can be actually connected with the previous one. Yeah. Not with the first, not with the following one. Yeah. Okay. This letter doesn't connect to the following letter, and therefore its shapes do not vary much. To write independent or initial wa, start on the line. Here is it. The style of writing wa here is this way. We have a line here. Let me just have a look at what it says here in the slide. It says, start on the line, loop clockwise to the left and up. Here it is in this way. Can you see that? Okay. And then swing down into the tail, which should dip below the line. Here in this way. Can you see that? So I'm making now here that in this way. Well, but again, you have to remember that wa is described as a long vowel. And if you're just asking a question about, do we have also short vowels in Arabic? Absolutely, yes. We have a lot of vowels that can be found in different languages. Does it make sense if we just have language without vowels? No. No. Yeah. Does such a vowel, all the vowels, do the vowels in Arabic have meaning? I would say absolutely yes. Why not? You can find a lot of vowels that probably have a lot of meanings. But let me just get back again here to wa, because wa is quite important when it comes to the initial position, the middle position, and the final position. When you write wa, well, I have to tell you here's something also that is, wa even in Arabic does have meaning, which means in English and.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you see that?
That's correct.
So that means that such a letter probably does have a lot of meanings. Right. It gives the meaning of and. It gives also the function of vowel, short vowel.
Before Osama go back to Noon and Zod.
Right.
I would just like to say that Zod, that now like wow, right? We theoretically prove it has meaning.
Yep.
But all sort of ways linguistic way, wherever we come up, we can prove this.
Yep.
But we cannot prove Zod and the Noon.
Okay, so I would say that the disagreement again between Muhammad and Osama is still on.
Yeah.
And I think that we have to work together in order to figure out whether Sad and Noon in the glorious Quran do have a lot of meanings or not. But I would say yes, they do have a lot of meanings, yes. But we don't know yet what's that. But anyway, let me just move on here. How can you write this letter? When writing wa connected to the previous letter, the joining segment leads into a beginning point of the loop. Can you see that? Let me just write one word, which is toot, which means in English, mulberry. Okay, it's not like that. If I just write this word here, in this position, well, first of all, I would like to ask you a quick question. How many letters do we have in toot?
3.
5? 7?
No.
10? Okay, let me just write that here. Here we have ta. Here we have wa. And here we have another ta.
We have 3.
Okay. Yeah. Do we have any kind of emphatic sounds here?
No.
Okay.
No.
Now I would like to combine ta with wa and with tam.
Yeah.
Do you still remember when we were talking about ta? When it comes to the initial position?
Yeah. Maybe connected and disconnected.
Exactly. But for ta, I think Osama, that most of the times actually comes connected.
Yeah.
And that's why we combine ta here. If you just have a look at this, we start with a small hook, 2 dots. I would combine ta here with wa. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yep.
So you have to understand that there's a tail also in wa. I would say here that the tail in wa, it's the same tail in ra. But it's not the same tail in sa and sha or jim and han ha. All of them have tails. I know that. But it depends on the form of tail that we have. Okay, here we go. So let me just get back again. And in toot, the final word here, in this one, 2 dots. Do you see that?
Yeah.
I understand that there are different styles of writing when it comes to calligraphy, but I would say that's probably the most simple way. Okay, so when writing wa connected to the previous letter, the joining segment leads into a beginning point of the loop. Okay, let me just move on here in order to understand more about how it is written when it comes to initial position. Here that, always disconnected. But this is in initial position, like waraqa. Let me just write such a word. I would like, Muhammad.
Yeah.
Wahda.
Waraqa.
واحدة.
Or wahid, right, or wahid, or that's the number in Arabic, right.
Wahid.
So-
الردود.
Right, exactly. But I just need something for wa when it comes to initial position. I would say here, for example, waraqa. Let me just have a look at this. Wa, we have ra,
Qua.
we have qaf, we have ta.
Yeah.
Wa is coming here in initial position. It's not connected at all. So you have to separate, disconnect wa from the following letter. Here it is. We say we write wa, we write ra, and then we come with qa here, combining that with ta marbut. Here it is. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's called waraqa. So can you pronounce it again?
Waraqa.
Waraqa, which means just one page.
One
Okay. That is when wa actually comes to the initial position.
But
Yeah,
here
sir.
I have to make a point
Sure,
here.
Sam, go ahead,
Make that why sometimes it does not belong to the word, but it has a function, a linguistic function is for conjunction.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
جاء أحمد وعلي. So here وعلي,
Right.
the waw is not, it does not belong to Ahmed, because this
Excellent.
is a single word.
Right, right.
But waw here is for conjunction.
Exactly. So
combining.
you want to say that it does have a linguistic function and a
Yeah.
linguistic meaning,
Yeah.
not only just as a letter.
One
Muhammad.
thing I just remember now, that my teacher told me, that
Yep.
alif, lam, mim, noon, and swad in Quran are also used to seek attention. Like for
Okay.
example, when you say Muhammad, when you say Ya Muhammad, people get more attention. So
Yeah.
you say alif, lam, mim, noon, and swad could be used for seeking attention, because this was how Arab people used to do in their time.
I
So
see.
these words could be used for attention, seeking attention.
And this is another secret, Muhammad. This is another
So
secret.
it's a cell. You keep on saying that we
Yeah.
do have a lot of secrets here in the
Yeah.
Arabic alphabets. I agree with you, by the way, and it's very clear, yes, wa here does have function, actually, and it's not just an alphabet, but also can be used as a conjunction, if you want to describe that, which it's equivalent in English of and.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Now, let me just move on here. When it comes to immediate position, so we agreed now that when it comes to initial position, it's
It's
always connected.
Yes.
Right. How about when it comes to immediate position?
No, it's disconnected.
I'm sorry, disconnected, right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that. But how, well, I would tell you here something. When it comes to immediate position, it's connected. But it's connected actually in one form, which is y is connected with the previous letter,
Yeah.
but not with the following one. Let me just give you one example here. Here it is. It's the word toot. I will write it again. Here we have ta. Here we have wam. Here we have another ta.
Torat.
You see that?
Yeah.
Torat. No.
Yep.
Torat.
Right. That's right. So if you just have a look at this, we have 3 letters here in this word,
Yeah.
and we combine ta with wam here in this way. Can you see that?
Yes.
Can you write that
So-
following me, please?
Yeah.
Yep. Show me that. Show me what did you write. It's called toot. So, yep. Excellent. Nabil, Muhammad, Khalid, and Osama. Here we go. Right. Well, I like that. Now,
What's the final position?
in the final position, right. If we just have a look at it in the final position, I would say, it's called, it's sometimes all the time it comes actually disconnected. If I say, for example, the word law, which means if in English,
Yeah.
can you see that? I would put here a general rule.
But is this a word?
Well, it's described, yes, as a kind of word. I know that the linguistic function of such a word, it is a conditional tool. right?
Conditional,
Right.
yeah.
But generally, it's a word. Here we go, right. And I would say that the word probably is a number of segments that are combined together and have meaning. Here we go. And here is the point to Sam. Law, for example, if I just write that kind of conditional tool or conditional device, I would say, here is it. Law. La and what? Can you see that?
Yeah.
lam, and waw. Combining them together, and we just have here one word, which is law. On the other hand,
I think looking at all the letters, alphabets, I think to join wow to any of the letters probably looking more simple than any others because it's very easy.
Right.
Yeah, it's very easy. Yeah.
Well, I would say that wa, for example, is not connected at all with the following letter, but with the previous one. Can you see that? It's the same for ayn. When it comes, for example, initial position, it's always connected with the following letter.
And yes.
It's the same for dal. It may be connected with the previous one.
I think ayn always go to the following letter as well and
Exactly.
the previous.
Right.
So you really can't compare it to wow.
Yeah.
Because wow doesn't go to the forward, it only goes to the previous.
Exactly. For dal, it's connected with the following, with the previous one.
No,
The previous, yeah.
previous.
When it comes to initial position, it is disconnected.
That's correct.
Right.
Initial position.
Exactly.
But when it
Exactly.
comes in the middle position, it is connected with the
Previous.
following.
That is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And the final position could be connected or disconnected.
Exactly, that's right. So this is about well, I think that we can discuss more about the final letter in Arabic language, my dear viewers, which is yeah. But after having a break, we will be right back. Stay tuned.
Dear viewers, Huda programs can be watched in the English section of the in-flight entertainment directory on board all Saudi airline flights, domestic and international. Sit back, relax and enjoy watching Huda's entertaining and enlightening shows on your trip. Huda wishes you a safe and successful journey. Huda, a light in every home.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the second part of our program, Learning Arabic. I think in the previous part, we discussed the Arabic alphabet WAM. And I think that is quite important because if you combine WA with ya, in such a way, actually, you are combining two important vowels in Arabic. Waw and ya. And we discussed before the first alphabet, which is Aleph. There's a lot of linguists describe that as vowels. So in ya, let me just move on to the slides here, and it says, this letter represents the last long vowel, the sound of E in beep. Can you see that? So that is E. Okay. The independent and final forms of ya differ slightly from the initial and medial forms, like ba and ta, which resembles in its initial and medial shapes. This letter is a connecting one. Okay. So I can understand now that if I would like to write ya, it's a connector letter.
Yeah.
It's connected with the following one. And when it comes in the medial position, it's also connecting letter. So that means it's connected with the previous letter and with the following one. Okay. How can we write such a letter? To write independent ya, start above the line, curve slightly upwards and around in S-like shape. So I would write something like S. Please follow me here. This is in this way. So this is S. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, continue below the line into a wide, flat curve. Make sure to bring the tail all the way back up over the line. Here is it. Here is that.
Yeah.
Can you write this again, please? Follow me like this. Here is it. You would write first a kind of shape, looks like S, and then you make a curve up to the right side.
Yeah. It looks like a duck.
Something like that. That's why in Arabic is have. Yep.
I think you forgot to put the dots.
Yep. We don't have dots so
Yeah.
far. We're going to learn more about
dots,
dots. Okay. And make sure to bring the tail all the way back up over the line. In final position, start from the connecting segment on the line and then make a small hook into the body. In this position, the letter is almost entirely below the line. Can you see that? Like, for example, if I like to write the word Ali,
Yeah.
here is that. Can you see that? This is the line. Here we have Ayn, then La, then Ya. Here is it. It's below the line, not on the line.
Yeah. How can we differentiate it from
Here it's very interesting,
Ala?
Osama. Right, Osama. I think that this is something that should be discussed in a special episode for learning more about Alif, Mad, and Qasr. Also to learn more about the short and the long vowels and to know more about the hidden markers that can be found in Arabic language. Right, like for example, we have Ali and we have Ala.
Yeah.
And here we have Ya, but on the other hand, we have Alif. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. But when it comes to yeah, I would tell you here something. How about when it comes to initial position? When it comes, well, I have to tell you here something. That is, yeah, when it comes in initial position or in medial position, we have to remember that we put just 2 dots below the letter. Do you still remember when we were talking about ba?
Yeah. It's the same shape.
Ba, ta, tha. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Just 1 dot below ba, 2 dots above, which is ta, and 3 dots for tha.
Yeah.
When it comes to yeah, we put just 2 dots, not just 1 dot.
Yes.
Can you see that? And you have to remember, when yeah comes in initial position, it must be connected. We never have yeah, actually, which is disconnected when it comes to initial position. Let me just give you one example here that, yes, sir, well, this is probably the name of one person in Arabic language. Let me just write this name. So I would say, yes, sir, here it is, in this way. Can you see that? Yeah? So how many letters do we have here?
3.
4. We have 4.
Well, ya is connected with a, and sa is connected with ra.
Yeah.
Right. So let me just write that here. It's ya, it's a, it's sa, and ra. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is when it comes in initial position. When it comes to immediate position, I would say it will be the same also. It's connected all the time. Let me just give you, well, Britannia.
Yeah.
It's the name of the country, Britain. Well, so here is that. Let me just write such word here. And it says here, let me just write the letters first. How many letters do we have here? Ba,
We have
ra,
We have
yeah,
Yeah. We have ta.
ta,
Alif.
a,
8.
na,
Yeah.
another ya,
Yeah.
and alf.
Oh, it's a long.
Can you imagine that?
Long word, yeah.
How many letters do we have here?
8.
8 letters.
Do we have any kind of emphatic letters here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
is,
I
which
think
are?
we have ta.
Ta. What else?
Oh, nothing.
I would say just ta.
Yeah.
Okay. How many vowels do we have here in this word?
Yeah. Alif.
Yeah. What else?
2.
Alif.
Alif. Right.
2 vowels.
That's so
I
2
think
vowels.
we have more than 2.
More than 2. Okay.
We
have just
B. B. We have kasra.
Yep. B. Yep. Here is that.
Yeah.
Here is that. Yep. That's right. Now let me just combine them. Please follow me in writing this difficult word in Arabic. Here is it. Ba is connected here with ra. And then we write yeah, connected with ta. Okay. Don't put any dot on top. Then we have 2 dots here. Then we have alif. Then we have na.
By the way,
Yeah, Abu Sam.
what is the longest word in the Arabic language?
I don't know. It's probably mentioned in Quran. But I don't remember that. It's mentioned in the glorious Quran.
Yeah, something we studied or?
No, we did not study so far. But I don't know, Sam. Probably it could be consisting of more than 10 letters in Arabic. But if you have thoughts like that, please tell us.
I can imagine that أنلزمكموها.
I don't know, but I still remember it's mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah.
Yeah.
But I don't know actually. Well, I don't know.
We
I
can
don't
say
remember that.
فَسَيَكْفِيكَهُ.
Exactly. Here we go. Here we go. Right.
سيكفيكهم, yeah.
Right. Stuff like that. Yep. Stuff like that. Okay. So this is for yeah when it comes to medial position. How about when it comes in final position? Here is it. In final position, sometimes it comes disconnected,
Yeah.
and sometimes comes connected.
Connected, yeah.
Can you see that?
Yep.
Like for example, when I say Masri.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many letters do we have here in this word Masri?
We have 4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. Here is it. Ma, sa, ra, and yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Okay. So sometimes here comes disconnected, but sometimes on the other hand comes connected. Yep.
The body of ya is same ba, ta, or tha.
It could be yes. It could be
But-
close actually.
But question is, can we put the ya over the line or under the
No, actually, when it comes to yeah, we should put that under the line, below the line.
line? All or
Well,
half?
that is actually when it comes in the final
In final
position.
position, yeah.
But when it comes to the initial position and medial position, it should be actually on the line.
On the line.
Right. And here we go. So I think that this is probably the final letter in Arabic. So what's your impression now after finishing discussing just, this is the first part of just learning how can you write and pronounce Arabic letters.
I think there's a lot and more to learn about Arabic language.
Exactly.
This is probably just like, a start.
Right.
Like, when you go, it's kind of start for you. And afterwards you take it off to go more forward and learn more about Arabic.
Right.
Learn about the small vowels and stuff like that.
I see. Well, maybe.
And I'm very happy after of end. And Arabic language is very interesting.
Yep.
And love it.
Khalid?
Yeah, I'm also thanking you for learning, because I also learned some new stuff.
Okay.
Like pronouncing some letter who I had a problem with, and alhamdulillah.
Okay, Sama?
Yeah, I think that learning Arabic is very easy, but it just takes time in the practice. But I think that there are a lot of things that I have to learn, inshallah, with you.
Yep. I think I would say that Arabic is a very rich language.
Yeah.
I would say that, yes, there is a lot of similarities when it comes, for example, in comparison between Arabic and English. Yes. We have a lot of similarities, Khalid.
Yeah.
I think Arabic is a complete language.
Complete.
English is not a complete language.
Well, but here in this way, you're going to make...
Please, what do you mean by a complete language?
I mean, it's completed, Arabic is completed,
Yep, okay. Do you want to say comprehensive, that every rule can be found in Arabic?
Comprehensive.
Do you agree with that, Sam?
Yeah, it's a
I
complex
agree
language.
also.
Well, I think that Muhammad probably might disagree. I know Muhammad, how he's thinking about Arabic,
I think
Yep.
Arabic is a complete, but you cannot describe English as an incomplete language, because it's the universal language. We all use it all over the world. If you don't have English, we cannot communicate with anyone. So it's not incomplete. It's a complete language. It's a universal language. If it's a complete language, it won't be a universal language. So I disagree with everyone in the studio.
Do you think that Arabic also is quite significant because it's related to the religious background?
Arabic is a special language. It's
Special.
a special language.
Special language, yeah.
Or exaggerating is very good and right. It is special,
Okay.
And it's the language which have the best book and Holy Quran written in it. It's a language that has been used by the people. It's a language which is different from every other language. It's a language that has its own beauty, which is so different from everything is so different. You cannot really compare to anyone. It cannot be translated to any other language. It can, a little bit, but not all of it. So Arabic has its own beauty, but you cannot say it's a complete language and English is not a complete language. English on its way is good, but Arabic obviously is better than English, because that's how it is.
We are judging also. We are building on our experience on this issue. I mean that in translating from Arabic to English, I find many problems that we cannot, and I find that the Arabic language do have similarity, do have many aspects that cannot be found in any language, and that makes translating the Arabic, it's just equivalent, or saying this is equivalent, but not 100% equivalent. This is the meaning. This is some of the meaning, but we have some meanings in the English sentence that cannot be rendered to any language, to any other language.
In English?
Yeah.
But
I think it mean in English or any other language.
I think, but
Okay.
there won't be as much as in Arabic.
And the Evergrass Quran, we are saying that this is semantic translation of the meanings.
Okay.
Okay, this is to make it close to you, but this is not the correct translation of the Evergrass Quran, and it is not permissible to read in the prayer when you pray to God. It is not permissible to read in the English language or any other language except Arabic, because this is the language that Allah has opted for rendering His word, His divine word. Okay, it has many meanings, and I believe in that. Okay, and I do believe that Arabic has many secrets that yet to be discovered.
My dear viewers, I think that we are coming now at the end of our program. If you just have any question, any comment, send that to my email, brave, BRAVE 107 @yahoo.com. Thank you for joining us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
As for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for Tawwab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatam, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.